Christmas Day and a chance to win $25,000. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. That's right, the Vikings are playing the Saints on Christmas Day, and thanks to our friends over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, it's worth $25,000 to us. You guys know how this game goes by now. They give you 6 questions. If you can answer all 6 right, you can take it on that jackpot of $25,000. Otherwise, if nobody can do that, they'll give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize to the people that can get the most right. Let's jump on into it and see how we'll do. Question 1 is, what's going to be the point scored in the first half? Well, the over-under on the entire game is 51.5. The Vikings scored 10 points in each first half. The Saints are scoring 15.6 points in this first half. Vikings are allowing 12.2. The Saints are allowing 11.4. If you go ahead and look at that Saints average, that's what they score up against what the Vikings defense allows. That's 13.9. The same for the Vikings is 10.7. If you add that up, that should be 24.6 points. So go ahead and give me that over of 23 plus points in the first half. Question 2 is, what's going to be the last scoring drive of the first half and how many yards is that going to be? This is a complete guess to me. I went ahead and answered it Vikings 42-45. Again, I think that one's a complete guess. Question 3 is, which team is going to have the most receptions and how many? The Vikings under Cousins, he's averaging 21 per game, and that's actually the same that the Saints are allowing. Same for the Saints here. Brees is averaging 23 completions per game, and the Vikings also allow 23 per game. I went ahead and answered this one Saints, and I took 25 plus. Look, I know I just said that the average is 23 for both Brees and that defense, but then you paint yourself into a corner needing one exact number, so I went ahead and went with the over. And then if you look at Drew Brees' game-by-game log, he hasn't had 23 pass completions all season yet, but he's had 6 games of 25 or plus or more, so I like that. And then in his other games, he had 19, 18, or 15, and if you go ahead and remove that game against the 49ers where he got hurt. So 3 games are, pretty much a complete guess if you don't go with me on 25 or more, but you're getting 6 games at 25 or more, so I'll go ahead and take that. Question 4 is, what team's going to have the most rushing yards and how many? Well, the Vikings are gaining 148 per game on the ground. The Saints are gaining 132. Saints allow 96 on the ground per game, and the Vikings allow 126 per game on the ground. I went ahead and answered this one Vikings, and I went with 136 plus or more. And what I looked at this one is I looked back at the 2019, their playoff game when they went at each other. The Vikings got 136 in that game, and the Saints got 97. And the thing that I liked about that, the reason why I think it was pretty good comparison is the Saints have the number 4 rushing defense now, allowing 95.6 yards per game. Well, in 2019, they also had the number 4 rush defense in the NFL, and they allowed 91.3 yards per game. So relatively the same defense, averaging obviously a few more yards, than what they did in 2019. So I think the Vikings can have success and do the same more. And then if you look at, what about the Vikings defense compared to 2019? It is worse this season. They're allowing 20 more yards in 2020 than they were last season. But if you add 20 yards to what the Saints got in that playoff game, it still doesn't get you to 136 yards. So that's how I settled on the Vikings at 136 plus. Question 5 is, what's the team with the most receiving yards and how many? Well, the Saints gained 243 yards per game in the air, and I went with Brees' numbers there. I didn't go with the team total passing per game. I only looked at Brees'. What does he get per game? Because it's, different quarterback than Taysom Hill, obviously. And so for the Vikings, though, they're getting 239 yards per game in the air. Saints are allowing 211, and the Vikings are allowing 252. For this one, I went ahead and went with Saints, and give me that 251 to 260 range. You get above what the Saints are doing. You get around what the Vikings are allowing. Either way, it's really super tight windows, but that's how I locked in on Saints 251 to 260. And question 6, as we know, is always who's going to win the game and what's going to be that win margin. Well, the line currently right now is Saints -7. If you think, well, what are these two teams playing for on Christmas? Well, the Saints are playing for the number 1 seed. They can still get it mathematically. They can, overtake the Packers for that. So they're, obviously still trying for that. Coming off a loss there against the Packers, Drew Brees, or not against the Packers, against the Chiefs. Drew Brees, working his way back, and obviously they need to stay sharp and get him some, game rhythm there. And as for the Vikings, they aren't eliminated yet, but they're pretty eliminated. They can really only catch the Cardinals there and that number 7 seed. They would need the Cardinals to lose both of their games. Vikings would always have to lose, or Vikings would then have to win both of their games, and then they would need some help also from the Bears. They would need the Bears to go ahead and lose, some of their games coming down the stretch here too. So a lot going on for the Vikings. I could see a scenario with going on what the Vikings need to get in this playoffs. If the Saints can build maybe a 10-point lead, maybe then the Vikings will pack it in. It's Christmas, traveling away from their family and all that. So go ahead and give me Saints are going to win the game. I don't think that's too big of a shocker. And I'm going to lock in on that 10 to 14 point spread is what I'm going to lock in on there. I like that nice solid window of that 10, 13, 14 number. Those are real good win margins there in the NFL to like. So that's how I'm going to do it. And that's how I'm going to fill up my chances to win $25,000 on the Fox Bet Super 6 app on the Christmas Day football. Wish you guys good luck. Good luck with your picks and happy holidays. And I'll see you guys on the next contest. I'm Jason Mattis. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.